Breaking, the global fashion world just made a statement no one can ignore. One name, one face, one silent force from China has risen above New York, London, Milan, and Paris. And as Wang Yibo enters the top 20 most influential figures in Fashion Week 2026, one reaction from Xiao Zhan is quietly breaking hearts everywhere. It started like any other fashion season. Flashing cameras, luxury brands competing for attention, celebrities walking into venues like royalty. New York set the tone. London added edge. Milan delivered elegance. Paris sealed the legacy. But this time, something felt different. Because among the sea of global icons, Hollywood elites, K-pop superstars, European fashion royalty, there was a presence that didn't scream for attention, yet somehow commanded all of it. Wang Yibo. No loud statements, no exaggerated gestures, just precision, stillness, and undeniable aura. And then the report dropped. Onclusive, one of the most respected global media analytics firms, released its official ranking. Top 20 most influential celebrities of Fashion Week Fall/Winter 2026. Not based on hype, not based on fan noise, but on real data, media impact, engagement, visibility, and global influence. And there it was, Wang Yibo, standing not just among the elite, but above expectations. And then came the realization that hit even harder. He was the only Chinese artist on that list. Only one. In a world stage dominated by Western and Korean powerhouses. He didn't just participate, he dominated. And suddenly, this wasn't just fashion anymore. This was history. To understand this moment, you have to look closer. Because Wang Yibo's rise in the fashion world wasn't built overnight. It was quiet, calculated, consistent. Every appearance, carefully curated. Every outfit, speaking louder than words. Front row at luxury shows, he didn't just sit there. He became the visual centerpiece. Designers noticed. Cameras lingered. Social media exploded. Clips of his entrances went viral within minutes. His styling choices sparked global discussions. Fan edits flooded timelines across continents. And yet, he remained the same. Composed, minimal, unshaken. That's what made him different. While others chased attention, attention followed him. And Onclusive saw it. They didn't just see numbers. They saw influence. The kind that shapes perception. The kind that defines trends. The kind that makes the world pause and look. From New York to Paris, Wang Yibo wasn't just attending Fashion Week. He was becoming its narrative. And with every passing show, one question grew louder. How far can he go? But perhaps the real story wasn't just about how high he rose. It was about who was watching quietly from afar. Because just when the world thought this story was only about rankings, numbers, and global dominance, a different layer began to unfold. Quieter, softer, but far more emotional. The name Xiao Zhan slowly resurfaced, not through headlines, but through feeling. No official statement, no grand gesture, no carefully scripted response. And yet, fans across the world sensed it. That subtle shift, that almost invisible pause in expression, the kind that only people who have followed someone for years would recognize. Because this isn't just about two celebrities existing in the same industry. This is about shared history, moments that shaped them, pressures that tested them, journeys that were never easy, yet somehow intertwined. There's something uniquely powerful about witnessing someone rise. When you've seen the weight they carried before the world ever noticed them. And Xiao Zhan has seen that side of Wang Yibo, the early struggles, the silent persistence, the way he built himself, piece by piece, without ever asking for sympathy. So when the world celebrates Wang Yibo's name today, it doesn't just feel like a victory, it feels like a culmination, a story reaching a moment it was always meant to reach. Fans described it in one simple phrase: quiet pride, not explosive, not overwhelming, but deep, the kind of pride that sits in your chest and refuses to be put into words. And maybe that's why this moment feels so different. Because behind the flashing cameras and global applause, There's an emotional undercurrent that can't be staged. A connection that doesn't need confirmation, only understanding. And as that emotional layer continued to ripple through the fandom, the global stage responded in its own way. Louder, bigger, unstoppable. International fashion media didn't just report the news. They emphasized it, because this wasn't a typical inclusion in a top 20 list. This was a disruption. For decades, the global fashion narrative has been dominated by a familiar pattern. Western icons leading the conversation, K-pop stars rapidly claiming their space, and others struggling to break through. But now, that pattern is shifting, and Wang Yibo is at the center of that shift, not as a participant, but as a force. His presence across New York, London, Milan, and Paris wasn't just noticed. It was measured, analyzed, quantified, proven. From media exposure to audience engagement, from brand impact to digital reach, every metric told the same story. Wang Yibo isn't following global fashion. He's influencing it. And that realization hit differently for fans across continents. Because suddenly, this wasn't just admiration. It became representation. A symbol that something long overdue is finally happening. That the boundaries defining global influence are expanding. That the definition of a fashion icon is no longer limited by geography. And in the middle of this massive shift, fans kept returning to that quiet emotional thread. Xiao Zhan, not because he needed to be part of the spotlight, but because his presence, however subtle, added depth to the narrative. It reminded people that behind every global achievement, there are personal stories, unseen emotions, unspoken connections, and sometimes those are the ones that stay with us the longest. So what does this moment truly mean? On the surface, it's clear. Wang Yibo has secured his place among the world's most influential figures in fashion. Top 20, global recognition, a milestone that many aspire to but few achieve. And yet, when you look deeper, it feels like something more, something bigger than rankings. Because this isn't just about one season, or one list, or one achievement. This is about a shift in the global narrative. A moment where the industry quietly acknowledges the center of influence is evolving. New voices are rising. New faces are defining beauty, power, and presence. And Wang Yibo stands at the forefront of that evolution. Calm, unshaken, unapologetically himself. But alongside that powerful image, there remains something softer, something human. The quiet emotional resonance connected to Xiao Zhan. A reminder that even at the highest level of success, what truly matters isn't just recognition. It's connection. It's the people who understand the journey, even when the world only sees the destination. And maybe that's why this story lingers, because it gives us both the grandeur of global success and the intimacy of unspoken emotion. So as the lights of Fashion Week fade and the headlines slowly move on, one question remains. Is this the peak? Or just the beginning of something even greater? Because if this moment has shown us anything, it's that the world is no longer asking whether Wang Yibo belongs on the global stage. It's watching, waiting to see just how far he will go. And somewhere, in that quiet space between pride and memory, a story continues to unfold. Unspoken, unfinished, unforgettable,